Well, that's amazing. I think just before we start, I think that we need to give a great big 3 cheers for Pam. She has been so patient trying to get me through all this technology. She spent ages today, and she was so good and kind and patient with me. And I'm very grateful. So I think we all need to send her a bit of love. Yeah. Okay. So I haven't, oh, there we go. Right, there we go. There's one thing to do before we do that. Whoops, Daisy. Oh. Yes. Andy's got a prayer. We're going to have a prayer to start off with every night. And so, Andy, if you can do that now, that would be great. If you could unmute and do that. And just so that you all know, Divine Mother's here with us now, with all of us. She's right here.
Right. Hang on, just get my... Get to hear that music? Cool. Right. Whoops. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in, exhaling slowly. Feel the energy of the sacred space enveloping you, connecting you to the divine source within. In the center of our meditation space, visualize a radiant sphere of pure white light, emanating from the divine source within each of us. This light is our sanctuary, our shield against any lower vibrations or interference. We call upon the divine guardians, the archangels, ascended masters, and spirit guides to join us, reinforcing the pure light of the divine source within. See the divine light within the sphere intensify, becoming even brighter. This light holds the intention of clearing and transmuting any lower energies or distractions that may attempt to enter our space. Together, let us set our intentions for this meditation. We aim to reach the highest levels of consciousness, to connect with our inner wisdom, and to bring healing and light into our lives and the lives of others. Imagine the divine light expanding, encompassing our entire group. We are now inside this luminous shield, and nothing but the pure divine light from our source can enter or influence our space. You may want to say this affirmation: I am divinely protected. The divine source within me is my shield. The energy is clear and strong. I am surrounded by love and light. No lower vibrations can affect me. Within this sphere, let us focus on radiating love and light. Imagine beams of divine light extending from your heart, connecting with the hearts of everyone in this meditation group. We are united in our quest for higher consciousness. Let us take a moment to express gratitude for this opportunity to meditate together. Feel the love and unity within our group. As we conclude this prayer, visualize the sphere of divine light slowly contracting, encapsulating our collective energy. We carry the shield of divine protection, connected to the infinite wisdom of our divine source as we embark on our meditation journey. When you are ready, gently open your eyes, knowing that you are surrounded by the pure divine light and wisdom of your source within. Together, we have created a sacred space where only the highest frequencies from the divine source can reside. May our meditation be fruitful and may we continue to grow and support one another on our spiritual paths. In love and light, we begin.
Thank you so much, Andy. That was awesome. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. So it will be good if you've remembered to have a notebook with you tonight, because you may want to take some notes. It'll be very good to have a notebook for the meditations, for the 7 meditation nights, because you'll be wanting to record your experiences, and that will go over time. You'll be able to look back and see what your experiences have been. It'd be very, very useful to have a notebook. But tonight, some of the things I'm going to tell you, you might take some notes. So, recapping the purpose. A lot of this tonight is what Divine Mother has actually said. And so this is what she says first. And so it is. The world is waiting for a moment where it is that they're very thirsty, very thirsty. And so the world is waiting for a moment when they can gulp down quantities of information, quantities of water, if they're thirsty for water, or gulp down the goodness, or gulp down the quieting power of information that quiets the heart, the mind, the soul. So humanity is searching truth. So these next few weeks are going to be the beginning of a journey, a truth-seeking journey through meditations, which we will practice and experience totally from with our inner beingness. The job of teaching this meditation was suggested to me by Divine Mother. She said it is new. And I don't know what that meant. You know, I'm sort of getting an idea of what she means, but that's what she said. It is new, and something we could do at this time to balance and clear our chakras, raise our consciousness, connect to the 12th strand of DNA, and anything else that Divine Mother has in mind for us as we go through, because it could be changed on the spot at some stage. So we've got to be just open to what happens. She could change anything at any moment. She also said, we, and she meant the spirit, want to send energy out into the universe, implying, I felt, that this is going to be through us. It's a job for us to do, and we've all put our hands up. So we're in service. Clearing our filters is important now, and anything blocking them is not useful to us at this time. And so a large part of this meditation, or these meditations, is going to be clearing our filters, clearing our chakras. Now, we know that there are many chakra meditations out there, lots and lots of them, and many bija mantra meditations too. But this one is different and it's new. There's no other one just like this one, which I think is quite fascinating, really. And I think you'll realize it and see it as we actually experience doing it. It's very different. As usually happens when Divine Mother offers me a job to do, she knows what it's all about, but she doesn't give me much detail. If it's intuitively something that I feel I'm happy to do, I just put my hand up and do it without knowing what it is I'm doing, actually. But that's just how I've been going for years. I suspect that my knowing too much would get in the road energetically. I'd probably get my head into it and stuff it up. Because all the work that I have done over the last, since 1998, has required me to be 100% within. And that's what we're going to have to try and learn to do. Stay 100% within when we're doing these meditations. So here we are, a group of 5D people being offered by the Divine Mother the opportunity to do something significant for ourselves and the planet and beyond, even if we haven't been given the details yet. Divine Mother's going to talk to us all at the end, and I'm sure that you will have opportunities to ask her questions. She did say that if anyone has any questions about their experience on the meditation nights, she's happy to answer them. So if you did have a question, you would send it to Pam, email the question to Pam, and Pam would send it to me, and I would get hold of Suchita, and we would do a channeling and get the answers for you. Now, just some extra details. You'll have noticed that we've changed the name from a course to a happening. And I keep thinking of it as a course, but it's not when you really think about it. This was Divine Mother's idea. She said the name course could be understood to mean a planned or a prescribed set of instructions enclosed in a framework or a box, so to speak, and knowledge is given within this prescribed framework in order for the students to achieve a desired result at the end of the course or instruction. So she sees the word course as possibly meaning that to people, that it's going to get information that you're going to learn and remember. So she has suggested that we call this a happening. It will have some important guidelines, and at the beginning of each night, I'll have a few things to explain, more than tonight, more specific about the program that we're doing, but not for very long. It won't be very long. It will have some important guidelines, this happening, but it definitely won't be in a box. It will be free-flowing with no expectations of any results. It will be meditating, going in our hearts and totally letting go. No expectations. And Divine Mother also said to let's see how it works out is the way. So be open and just see what happens. It's not structured. There are guidelines, and we have a sort of a guideline for how we're going to do it. But at any stage, it could change. And we just go with the flow. So she says, let's just see how it works out. People are going to have amazing, spontaneous experiences over time, and none of them will be learned from the outside. They will be unique, inner, personal experiences leading to growth. And each night, just for a short time, people will have a chance to report on their experiences. Courses are usually taken seriously, Divine Mother said, but don't take this happening seriously. Be light with it, and she wants us to have fun, to enjoy it. And the reason for that is that, if we're light, and it's not going to be a 3D experience. So if we start being serious about it, that lowers our frequency. We need to be in a higher frequency, which is light and happiness and love. So we can enjoy it, be light with it, and don't take it seriously. And that's quite serious. She's quite serious about that. Just one more thing. We did announce this at the beginning to be a 9-week happening, didn't we? Counting tonight plus the 7 more, it comes to 8. But Divine Mother said 9. So just allow for the 9, and we just watch this space. There'll be something happening on the 9th night that we don't know about yet. Yes. Okay. So let's look at the 7 chakras. You might think that we need lots of knowledge about the chakras. There's a heap of knowledge out there about the chakras, of course, but none of that is useful to us. We don't need to know about chakras. We don't need to take in information about chakras in order to be successful with this meditation. These meditations will in no way be an exercise requiring detailed external knowledge. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge for some of us, I think. But, you know, with practice, it'll happen. We'll learn to do it. But we could just take a look at a couple of aspects of the chakras. There's the color. You know, there's the frequency and the sound, and there's the color, and there's the position of the chakra, you know, in the body where it's placed. So the colors, these colors that are shown in the illustration, of course, you know all about: red, orange, yellow, green, yellow, indigo, and violet. And Divine Mother said, colors are the same for the chakras to keep. What she meant was that a chakra has a definite color, and it doesn't change. It is the color of the chakra. However, humanity experiences an infinite number of tones for these colors, countless numbers. No 2 people will see the same color, but we just take the color that we see during the meditation as the color for us. Each person experiences every color through one's own unique filter and one's unique frequency. And they both affect the tone of the color. So it's pretty clear that because our filters are unique and our frequencies are unique, that everyone's going to experience colors differently. So we don't try and see the color that we see on a picture, because that's not necessarily going to be even that's the color of the chakra. It's not necessarily the color or the tone that we're going to see. So all is acceptable. She says, don't even try to see it during the meditation. There's no trying allowed in this meditation. It will come to us when and if it comes. So we just allow, and we're going to have these experiences coming to us. There's nowhere we try to experience them or have expectations. We just do the meditation and totally let go and allow what comes in to come. That way we're going to get maximum from it. So the frequency and sound, again, not too much tonight. I'll talk about each one a wee bit more each night as we practice a new chakra each night. But Divine Mother says, this meditation is not a 3D experience. It is beyond thought. And any thinking will stop the process in its tracks. Now, by that she means conscious thinking. You know, we have something, the mind is always thinking. Thoughts are a very natural process. in life. And when we're doing the mantra, if thoughts float in and out, just let them float in and out. But if we concentrate on them and think about the thoughts that come in, that's conscious thinking. Now, we don't do that. We just allow any thoughts that come through, and we see that they're there, and that's absolutely fine, but keep on being within our inner self, repeating the mantra, as you'll be shown how to do. She went on to explain that each chakra has a sound, and the sound comes from its frequency. And no two chakras in existence vibrate at the same frequency, as we saw with the color. Each one is unique. And we will become able to grow in awareness to the extent that we become intimately aware of feeling our own vibration, blending with the vibration of the chakra until it merges into one. So that's totally experiential. We don't try to get the vibration. We just open and allow, and the level of consciousness that we'll be growing into, all that will come to us and we'll have these experiences. After a few rounds, all our chakra frequencies will come into synchronization, and we will all be doing it as one. Just as our hearts will all be beating as one, everything will come into synchronization. Therefore, the sound each makes is unique as well, each one differing from any other chakra. So we're so limited to the sound that we are able to hear in 3D. So when we are singing, she says, chanting our mantra, we do not try to blend in or sing the same note as any other person, because it won't work. We'll talk about more about that later. Our aim in singing the mantra is to eventually be able to blend our frequencies to that sound of the mantra, to become aware of the sound of the mantra and find our own sound blending to that. And then become aware through our third eye of the whole thing encased in a most beautiful color, which is also an expression of the frequency. So if we allow, the color will come to us as a soft color. And we will only be able to do that if we keep our conscious mind, our ego, our brain out of it. Any thoughts that come naturally in while we're meditating, because, you know, there's no new thought out there in the universe and we're borrowing them all and they float about all the time, and just don't mind about them. But don't focus on them or think about them or, you know, start asking questions about them or something during the meditation, because that will stop it in its tracks, as she says. What happens when the 7 chakras are open or activated? This is just a little bit I got from it on the website, actually, on YouTube. This isn't Divine Mother. The 7 chakras are the main energy centers of the body. You've probably heard people talk about unblocking their chakras, which refers to the idea that when all our chakras are open, energy can run through them freely and harmony exists between body, mind, and spirit. Now, from what Divine Mother told me, this will fully or partially happen for us during these weeks, depending on how well we were able to stay within our inner beingness and allow it all to happen. So it's really a serious level of, no, we're not going to be serious. It really is a supreme letting go, you know, it really is, really letting go. And it can happen, really can happen. So, something else to tell you here. There's a very good book, and Pam's going to put this in the chat if you want to find out more about chakras. And it's called The Chakras, 7 Keys to Awakening and Healing the Energetic Body. And it's by Dr. Anadia Judith. And some of you may know her. She's very, very well known. Very, very wonderful person. It's a very good book about chakras. So Pam's putting that in the link. And now we're going to play a video that Lee's put together. We often see visuals of the chakra symbols, and they mean something, but we don't often see or ever see the chakras spinning. And of course, the chakras aren't like the symbols. They don't just stay there like that, which people could actually think that that's what your chakras like the symbol. It's not at all. There's spinning wheels of light coming out the front and out the back. And so there's no photo of video of chakras spinning because we wouldn't be able to take one, you know. So I wanted to show a visual of chakras spinning, but of course that's not possible. So I did find a video showing movement, which gives an idea of how the chakra is flowing all the time. So you can actually see that will be useful, I think, just to take on board the fact that it's not stable, it's not stationary. So I found a video showing movement, and Suchita sent me an audio of a wonderful person called Dr. Valerie Hunt. It's her own personal chakra sound, which was recorded in the moon room. And you can you, did I give you the link for that, Pam? Dr. Valerie Hunt? No.
No, you didn't.
Can you add that to the, is it possible to add that to the chat or not?
You'd have to send me it's just the name. What's the name of the book?
It's an audio.
Oh,
No. If you go on YouTube and Google Dr. Valerie Hunt, she's very famous, very, very well known. You can write this down in your notebooks. There you go. It's not too much to write. Dr. Valerie Hunt. And she's been experimenting with recording chakras for a long time. And she finally managed to record her own in this place called the Moon Room. And there's a lot of information about her. She's amazing. I think she might be over 100 now. In fact, she mightn't be on the planet anymore, but there's a lot of stuff about her, and she's been doing a lot of work. So what happened for this is Lee very cleverly mixed them together. She took the video showing the movement, and she's mixed it with the audio that Sue sent me of the recording of Dr. Valerie Hunt's own personal chakra sounds recorded. So that's what this video is going to be. So just sit back and listen. Oops. Oh, how do I get out of that, Lee? Oops. Oh, there we go. No, need to go back one. Yes, that's the one. Okay. So the Bija mantras, we're going to use Bija mantras, which are seed mantras. Very powerful mantras. Just a moment. Just a minute for me. I'm just going to go over what you said about meditation again. I think I've already mentioned it, but it won't hurt to mention it twice, will it? The trick, meditation, the trick is going to be learning to stay within, keeping the head, the ego, any conscious wanderings during the meditation, any trying, any searching for experience, etc., right out of it. Those are Divine Mother's words. It'll take practice. And Divine Mother said, people won't have any or many experiences for a start. Some may, but don't worry if you're not having any experiences at all at the beginning. So maybe people won't have any or many experiences for a start. She says maybe, but they definitely will come. So don't worry if you don't have any for a start. She cautioned that even the holding the slightest expectation can hold us back and prevent us from having the experiences that we are all most certainly equipped to have. So we're all able to have these experiences. So we trust and we allow it all to come in. We stay within our hearts. We just open up and be. She said to regard it more as a 5D experience. It's not a 3D experience at all, this meditation. She said regard it as a 5D experience. So I'm just saying this myself. This is why it would be wonderful if we could see this as more than a 5-week happening when it's all over. I mean, some may choose to do that, and that may be, that may be just enough. But we could also choose to see it as a gift, an opportunity from the divine through commitment and ongoing meditation over time to rise in consciousness, join with our 12th strand of DNA, send the energy out into the universe, and most definitely help the planet Earth. I think there's going to be more. She's implied that there's going to be more. The work will continue later, and I'm suspecting that it's for this group, and I haven't had any of the details yet. I have a feeling that this might just be the start, but that doesn't mean to say that you have to stay on after the 9 weeks are over. This is the happening, and that's fine if that's as much as you want to do. Some of you may get tapped on the shoulder to stay. All right. So Bija mantras. Oopsie daisy. I'm not. Oh, here the Bija mantras. Yes, I missed that page. Yes. Bija mantras are powerful tools to activate specific frequencies of sound vibration in the body. The fact that 7 chakras in our bodies are the spinning wheels of pranic energy makes Bija mantras a perfect working tool for them. Very high frequency seed mantras. The frequency of these bija mantras is such that it resonates with aligned chakras. So if our chakras can be aligned, the bija mantras will totally resonate with it. Prana in our chakras spins at a particular rate, which generates vibrational energy of a certain frequency. And it leads each chakra to its frequency of vibration, sound, color, and symbol to which it is tuned. Pam's got a link, haven't you, Pam, for bija mantras, if you want to. Yeah. If you want to have a look at more, it's on there actually, but it's in this chat. Yes, and it's very, very good, and it tells you the secret of Nikola Tesla's work. No, hang on, I'm getting myself mixed up, people. Put it down to my age. We talked about the bija mantras, and there's the Dr. David Frawley has written this amazing book, Mantra Yoga and Primal Sound, Secrets of the Seed Bija Mantras, and Pam has got that in the link. An excellent book, absolutely excellent. He's got a name, I can't remember exactly what it is. He's known as another spiritual name, and it's all very, very Vedic. It's very pure knowledge he's got there. Very good book. Okay, so now we go on to the 369. So we're going to be doing this mantra meditation using the 369 energy that Tesla used. And I'll just tell you a wee bit about the 369 first. All life begins with one cell. That cell then divides into 2, which divides into 4, then 8, and so on, till you end up with a complete organism. So every organism starts off with one cell, divides into 2, then to 4, then to 8, and so on. We started off as one cell. A flower starts off as one cell. A bunny starts off as one cell. When calculating the digit root of these doubling mantras all the way to infinity, you get every single digit number except 3, 6, and 9. They don't appear in any of it. Why is that? What is the number 369 meaning? Does it have a spiritual meaning? For Nikola Tesla, 369 serves as a focal point that represents higher dimensions, while the rest of the single-digit numbers, like 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, or we won't go to 10 because it's not a single, belong to our base three-dimensional reality. So what else did Nikola Tesla say about 369? He said, if you only knew the magnificence of 369, 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. He also said that if you want to find the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, which is the path we're going to take with this meditation, using 369. So the possibilities are really exciting. He also theorized that each of the 3 numbers, especially the 9, hold dominion over the laws of our universe and represents the foundation of enlightenment. And I think you would find that a lot of people can create a lot of manifestation using the 9 number. Yes. Divine Mother told me Tesla unlocked the secrets of the universe with the 369. They're going to, she was talking about you guys, they're going to unlock the secrets of their chakra universe, which I think is pretty awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that brings us to private or secluded place for meditation. We'll look at the sacred objects in a minute. In order to get the maximum out of this whole event, it's really important to choose a quiet place on your own unless others are doing it with you. If that's at all possible, because if there are other people around there not in this frequency and moving around you doing other things, it's going to be a distraction in all sorts of ways. So the ideal is going to be to have a place where you are, nobody's energy field is going to be getting into yours, and there are no distractions, because distractions will not block the whole thing down. We don't want any distractions. This is really important that others are not around. Lots of frequency stuff is happening for us, and any distraction, even the smallest distraction, can dissipate the energies. So a quiet place on your own will give you the maximum benefit. These are all choices that we have to make, but to get the maximum out of it, we need to follow these guidelines from Divine Mother. And the sacred objects, it would be wonderful, Divine Mother said, if we can sanctify our space by creating a small space with crystals or a light candle, anything from nature, something that really means something to us from the natural world. Just have 2 or 3 objects, light a candle. It might be a flower or 2, or a leaf, a branch from a tree, or whatever, just something from nature. It needs to be from the natural world. That's precious to you, and there'll be a prayer before we do this, and it will really sanctify the area. I know that from when I was teaching TM, we had this going on, and at the end of each day, we take the flower or the plant life, whatever that might be, and put it in a river or the blessing and gratitude, because it was part of the meditation, or a river, or in the bush, or under a tree, or under a shrub, or somewhere natural, and give gratitude when you're doing it, and leave it there. And don't remove it, just leave it there, and it will go back into the earth again. So now we're going to just have a look at the nights. Each night I've got 3 classes. We're calling them classes. Divine Mother calls them classes because we're practicing, I suppose. That's why she calls them classes. So for a start, there's going to be a short instruction. Then on the first night, there'll be a prayer first. On the first night, the root chakra chant, we'll do it 3 times, then 6 times, then 9 times. And if at all possible, each person has their camera turned on and the chat off. It's really important, she said, and I don't know exactly why this is, that everyone has their camera on. It's something about a connection between me and each person, I need to see every person's face. And I don't really understand why. She may explain that to me. But if at all possible, if you can have your face, it sounds strange, doesn't it? It's a connection between me and all of you for this. We'll note down the experiences. After we've done the meditation, you'll have a notebook. If you have any experiences, jot down the experiences, just the experiences. Not getting your head into it or thinking about it, just the experiences. And then there'll be an opportunity to report the experiences. And she suggests 10 minutes allowed for this, with each person having around 1 minute at the most. And Scott is going to be there, and Scott is going to give people a gentle reminder when they're coming close to the 1 minute. It'll only be 1 minute for each person, and that will help keep it just to experiences and not get into brainy. No brainy questions, Divine Mother said. Yes. And then at the end, this is what we're talking about, the recording. At the end, we're all going to turn our video, our recording app on, and we're all going to repeat the root chant together once again. You record it and you'll send the email to Lee. The mute should be on, so you won't be hearing anybody else. You just record it, do it yourself and record it. Now, you'd wonder, now how can you all do it in time so that's not all over the place? Because what we're going to do is the next night when we're doing the sacral chakra, we're going to start off by playing this chant that we're all doing together at the end of the first night. And Lee's going to mix it all together or splice it. I'm not too sure, Lee, how you do it, but she's going to make an awesome audio of us all chanting the chakra all together. And the frequency, it gives me tingles. And the thing is, we need to give it heaps, not just lam, lam, lam. It'll be lam, lam, you know. I mean, we really need to give it heaps. And all of us, the number that are on, all doing that together is going to be an incredible experience when we hear it the next night. And while we're listening to it, we can do it with it. We can join in. So I'm really excited about that because I think the frequency of that's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then practice at home each day. And note any experiences. Now, any experiences you have during the root chakra might be to do with being grounded, or you know, all the aspects of the root chakra. They might be what you experience. When it comes to the sacral chakra, you might experience aspects of the sacral chakra as your experience. You're not likely to experience a grounding experience during the sacral chakra. But we'll explain all that on each night, you know, what each one's going to be. So the second night, we'll play last week's recorded chant. And then we move to the sacral chakra, and we do that 3 times, 6 times, and 9 times, followed by last week's root chakra chant 3 times, 3 times, and 3 times, which makes 9, which is a very powerful number. And again, note down the experiences. And again, there'll be an opportunity to report experiences. And then together, we'll all repeat the root chakra 3 times, 3 times, 3 times. That'll be 9 times altogether. Then the sacral mantra 3, 3, 3. Record it and send it to Lee. And she's going to make another video. And there'll be 2 chakras that we're all chanting together that night. So by the end of the 7 weeks, we're going to be hearing an amazing, amazing video of all the chakras. And on the last night when we're doing the crown chakra, it's going to be a totally different experience, she said. She told me, and I said, I don't understand what that would be, because she hadn't told me. And she said, of course you don't, because you're not there yet. So she said, you'll know when the time comes what it's going to be. So there's going to be something pretty interesting on the last night, I think. Now, this all kind of raises a question. Well, the third class, as before, we'll start the meditation, you know, the one that was recorded the night before. Then we go to the solar plexus 3, 6, 9, followed by the sacral 3, 3, 3, and the root chakra 3, 3, 3, and so on right through the nights. It'll be the same pattern. Now, you'll get a recording of this, I think. Will they get a recording, Lee, of this? So you'll be able to go over this again in your own time. Yes. And then you wonder how we can actually do that chanting when the mute is on. How will we all know that we're in tune with each other and it's not all over the place? You know, because if I send one to Lee and Andy sends one to Lee and everybody sends one to Lee, the timing mightn't be the same. So it would just be sort of a bit of a mess. So what we're going to do is, I'll tell you a wee story. Divine Mother told me that I've been the conductor of a symphony orchestra in the past life. You know, I've been a concert violinist and a concert pianist and the conductor of a symphony orchestra. And I know that's true, because when a symphony comes up and I'm hearing it, I can almost see the score. I remember the score, and I can, in my imagination, conduct it and bring in the French horn and the oboe and whatever at the right time. So it's something I haven't forgotten it somewhere in some level. So when Divine Mother told me all that, you know, she was telling me, and she said, so you could play being a conductor again. And Scott, she calls him Scott. Scott is going to be the surrogate for everybody. And I'm going to conduct Scott. And Scott will do the mantra following my conducting, and you'll all see Scott. And so you'll be able to see my conducting, and you'll be able to chant it too. So that should bring it all in line, so everybody's more or less got the same pattern. I love the way she calls him Scott. So that's very good. Scott's very kind to be doing that. And he's going to be saying the chakras for you. You know, I'll conduct them, and he'll say them, and you'll say them too, along with Scott. So that's the presentation, really. There's far more ready to come, but not tonight. We'll leave that for another night. which is suitable for each particular night. You'll get some more information. So if anybody's got any questions, I can go out of this now, can't I? All right. How do I do that? Stop share.
Yes.
Ah, there we go. Oh, wasn't that clever? Yes. So if anyone's got any questions or comments or anything, we won't do it for too long, but and questions about the whole happening, really, questions about that. We can keep it sort of not too brainy, just information. But if anybody's got any comments at all to make, that would be great. Yes, Ray.
Just a simple question. So basically, we are going to start every Monday, 7 o'clock, right?
Yes.
And how long it could be tentative?
Well, the first night probably might take about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Possibly. It's going to be very quick the first night. I'll have a few things to say, then we'll do the first mantra, and it'll be all over very quickly. The second night will be a bit longer because we've got 2 mantras. But when we're going right through the whole thing, I haven't timed it.
No, just
I would imagine it's not going to be very long.
okay, that's fine.
Is this one evening shift after this one?
And another thing, beach mantra. So basically, if we are doing separately beach mantra, because I have been doing, if you remember, I got it from you.
Mm.
So that you mention 5 times.
Yes, this is different from that, Ray. This is,
Oh, okay.
you forget that one. You can do that one as well. But
Okay.
this is a very, very different one.
Yeah. It was just another question. It's fine. All good. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Karen. You've got mute on.
Oh, Andrew, are you able? Oh, sorry, Andrew was.
Oh, Andrew. I didn't see your hand, Andrew. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure where I got it, but my calendar has the DM Chakra meditation repeating every Monday and Friday. Is it just Mondays only?
Yes, it's only Mondays.
Okay. Thank you.
Karen. You're muted. Oh.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute for some reason. Judy, I don't have a question. It's, I just firstly want to say you've put, both you and Pam have put this together so well. It's very well explained. Thank you very much. A lot of work gone into it. I've just had a wee experience as you were doing your presentation. I think Divine Mother is already starting to work her magic. I have already experienced I got very, very hot right at the beginning of your presentation, and it felt like when I was going through Reiki attunements, there was stuff happening. So I sort of say, yay, this is exciting.
Yes, I thank you, Karen. She's here, and if anybody's open to her, she'll be with every one of you. You don't have to. You may not choose to, but she'll be with every one of you if you're open to it. Yes, but she's on the Zoom. Yes, Sherry. You're muted, Sherry. Yeah.
Yes. As soon as you said that she was there, I could feel the energy behind me, and also I felt the ringing in the ears on the left-hand side, not the right, which is usually. And as far as the 369 goes, I've been living the 369 for quite a long time, as in those numbers relating to, what, in my everyday life. My phone number's 93695. So that was done on purpose. I was actually given the number the first time, and I thought, well, I meant to have that number. And then this is in Australia, and then when I've moved here, I included those numbers.
Yes.
So,
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you. Pleased
Thank
to be
you.
part of this.
Pardon?
I'm pleased to be part of this. Thank you.
That's nice. There's if you look up Tesla or look up 369 on YouTube, there's a huge number of videos about 369. There's a massive material. It's fascinating.
Yeah, very powerful.
Yes. So, you know, you might like to go and spend a bit of time looking up 369 sometime. There's a huge choice.
Yeah.
Very important numbers. Yes, Linda. You're muted.
Yep, you
Oh,
should. Yeah.
that's better. Sorry, I couldn't unmute to start with. I just wanted to say thank you so much, Judy. I'm really so looking forward to this. It's really exciting, and thanks to Pam also. And I also just wanted to mention that I also felt it like Karen did. I felt it at the beginning. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
neat, isn't it? Yeah. You're very welcome. Yes. Yes, Judy. Hi.
Hi. My life number is 369. Is there any significance in that?
How do you
No.
mean your that?
Well, you know, when you do from your birth date and all that sort of stuff, and you get your life number,
Ah,
it adds up to 369.
right. I would imagine. I wouldn't have any idea what it means, but I would think that it probably is significant. Would have to be, wouldn't it? Very, I would imagine. Yes. You could research that.
Yes, I could.
Yes.
I share it with my twin sister, but yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You?
Thank you. Yes, Ray.
Yeah, just a tiny thing I wanted to say in the beginning. So I started getting itchy my right ear, and later in between, just when you were finishing, I literally heard my eardrum sound like clear. It was right side. And I
Nice.
was in between, I was like, ooh.
Oh, it looks like people are going to be set to have experiences, doesn't it? It looks like it. Yes. It's great. Thanks, Ray. Oh, well. If no one else has anything to say or ask,
Just post those links into the chat now, because yeah, before we close down.
I can't see that. Oh, mine it says chat disabled. Why would that be? I can see one from Rose and I can see one from Karen. Can other people see on the chat? Is that yes or no, Lou? You're muted.
Sorry guys, I keep having problems with the mute, and I do not see anything on the chat like you, Judy. I see 0.
Oh, there they are. They're coming up now.
Coming.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. That's right. You won't be able to play Lee's video again. This was just one off from Lee because she played around with a YouTube video and added something to it. It's just for us. It's what you call a one-off. I thought it was pretty good though. Yeah. Okay. Have you got anything to say, Scott? Scott? You're muted. Still Still muted.
Okay, there we go. You just have to coordinate the unmuting option. Thanks for putting this together, Judy. I really do get a sense that this is an important step for all of us to take. The spiritual journey is a journey within, and this is the pathway to that journey. And it's a huge, it's a huge milestone to choose to walk the path. Most people go through their lives, many lives, without walking the path. Now is the time to walk it because we're right at the harvest. You're during harvest time. And so to do something like this is to take responsibility for your spiritual evolution head on. It will require some courage. Some of the experiences we will have as we process through blockages of the mantras might be quite challenging to you. But I assure you that if you face into them and process through them with your feeling heart and your feeling knowing, not your head knowledge, but your feeling, it will dissipate and it will come out the other side much lighter and brighter and freer, which is the whole point. And so we're actually going to be practicing the points that we made in the very first Ra presentation on clearing negative karma. That's the same thing as opening or clearing the blockages of the chakra points. Ra talks absolutely many, many times about the importance of the chakras, balancing them, creating a harmonic resonance between them, how the spiritual gifts that we all admire in the great masters of the past and the spiritual masters of today, those are from people who have done this kind of work in one way or another and have opened and cleared their chakra points and have opened up the higher chakras, third eye chakra, etc., where many of the spiritual gifts that we admire and wonder about in the sages of old are going to be available to you. And this is the path to that. So congratulations. It is a serious path, but it's one that should be enjoyed as you walk it. So that's I think the balance that Judy's trying to say is that we don't want to approach it with a seriousness like you're studying something and you're going to take a test, you know, with all that kind of pressure on you. You want to approach it with joy and hope and optimism and have some fun with it. But it's serious from the point of view is it's very important or critical work every soul does to graduate and eventually travel through the realms beyond this world, the other densities and dimensions that we all long for. This is the path to that. So that's really all I was thinking might add just some perspective to where you're at in your life, this point in your life of many, many lives. You're right here where you now have this gift that's coming from a divine source, right? And divine mother to help us specifically create that momentum spiritually in our evolution. Congratulations on taking that on. It's going to be a great adventure we'll have together. Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. That's great. Oh, well, we'll see you on Monday. Oh, yes, Lou.
Thank you once again. I just wrote it, but I wanted to say from to everyone. Thank you, Judy, and all and everyone involved in this adventure. And I think that is as an adventure, we should, enjoy this experience and take the most out of it. So thank you very much from my heart. And I'll be looking forward to Monday next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lou.
And
thank
can
you.
I just say something? Just as per the opening prayer, a sacred space has been set up for this. So it's really important that you don't share the link out to anybody, because whoever's on this call, this is
Somebody,
sacred.
I'm muted.
Sorry?
I cannot listen to anyone. I cannot listen at all.
You can't hear.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't.
Oh. Not sure why my audio's been.
I can hear you just fine.
You can?
I
Yeah.
can too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just be aware of that. So anybody that's not on the call tonight, they can join in the next one, if that happens, or when that happens.
What do you mean by the next one, Lee?
When you do another one.
Course, yes, another course, yes.
Mm.
Pam's taking names
Mm.
for people ready to do the next course. She's
Right.
already got some names, so we can do it again. Mm.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Lee.
Can I just say something? If anyone didn't get the email I sent out last Friday, it was about Friday, I think. Can you just let me know? Because then I'll send it again. I know Carolyn Ray, I think you didn't get yours, so I'll send one to you. Did everyone else get the email?
Yes. We use the same login every time.
The
So-
same Zoom link, yeah.
Same one every time. Thank you.
Yeah,
I got mine Tuesday.
oh, goodness. That's interesting.
Crazy things have been happening. We've been having lots of interference with this.
Mm.
And Scott thinks we've had so much interference that it means it's pretty important because, some energies seem to be doing their very best to shut it down. So we've had having a lot of issues. Yeah.
Mine came Tuesday as well, so.
I got mine on Tuesday as well. I didn't get one on Friday. I just got one on Tuesday. 12th.
It's weird. Yeah. I don't know what you can do about that because they go out and I'm sure there's interference because some interesting things have happened and crazy things are happening.
Just keep your links, put it in a special file because that same link will work each time. Is that not correct, Pam? It's the same
Yes.
link each time. Yeah. So
Yes,
keep the email if
right.
you've got it. You got on tonight, so you must have the link. So just save it because that's all you'll need each Monday. And the fact that there's opposition is a very powerful indication that this is a critical, important spiritual step for all of us. They tried a number of times to kill those who were channeling the law of one. They wanted to stop that because of how important they could see it would be in the future for us right now. It gives you a pathway into the next world that you can start to understand what's really going on. Well, this is a similar thing for us. So there's going to be opposition. There'll be difficulties and challenges. And, we'll just get through it and we'll work our way through it. It'll be fine. Part of that is the adventure. But the fact there's been so much, and Judy could write a book on all the things she's gone through trying to get this done. The fact there's been so much up to now is because the guys on the Orion Group side see that there's light coming forth, and when there's light called forth, darkness has permission to try and put its own versions forward. And one of the ways they do that is let's just stop the light. And so that's what's happened. So now we've broken the ice. We've gotten our first meeting. We'll just continue to meet on Mondays, and I think this group will become very close. We'll have some wonderful adventures together.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And anybody that has any issues with the MP3 recorder or needs to try to work out how to make that work, just send me an email and I'll try to help you out there before next Monday, not right before the meditation. Give us time to work it out. So
Can I just
Is-
ask a question, Lee? What happens if there's some people who've got the link but didn't attend this first night, just turn up for the first meditation because it's not really, this is a really important part of it.
yeah, that's what I was saying before. I think you'd said, you know, that it's a closed group now.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
they'll have to attend the next course.
Yes.
And that's why it's important. No one shares the link out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And they can put their names down for next time. Yeah. That's right. But
You
I'm
must
not
be the
particularly-
chosen few, Judy.
Well, I guess it is what it is, and it must be meant to be like this, mustn't it? Yeah.
Is the voice memo on an iPhone suitable for recording?
Well, that's what I use.
Oh, good. That's
Voice
good.
memo on an iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Okay, is everybody happy? Everybody happy? Oh, yes, Karen.
Sorry. Because Glenn and I are both doing this together, do we need to do separate recordings because we will be in the same room?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I'm sure you can both do it together and record yourselves both together. Yes, that'll be fun.
It will be fun.
Yes.
Hopefully we
you,
can harmonise.
you know, you can just be thinking of yourselves as a choir and you'll be giving it great heaps, lots of energy. You know, Divine Mother said that some people will be a wee bit shy and you'll see that they wouldn't even open their mouths. They might even try to do it silently, you know, so, you know, just do it very, very quietly. She said they need to open their mouths and they need to really, you know, yeah, get some energy into it.
So just practice it, Karen, with both of you, so you know the best positions to get both voices, because depending on the microphone, you know, how it is. So have a little play with it.
Thank you.
It'll be fun.
That'll get yourself a set of lapel microphones. You can have one each. Plug it into your cell phone and job done.
That sounds serious.
I'm sure if you sit side by side and do it into an app, you'll be fine. Yeah. Yes, Lo.
Yeah, Judy, just quick question on the colors. Should we then try to ignore the colors? Because when I see the colors, I automatically identify the colors from the places of the chakras.
Whatever you see. And don't try to do anything. Don't try to associate it with the colors of the chakras. Don't try. When you see the color, when the color comes to you with this meditation, it just comes to you, and it is as it is, and you just let it happen. And we don't get into analyzing it or thinking about it or wondering about it or where it's come from or what it's like or what it's associated with, because that's the brain getting into it again. Because that's kind of conscious thinking. We don't want conscious thinking. Thoughts that wander through, you know, just wander through as they do. Just let them wander. Just don't focus on them. You know.
Okay.
Right?
Simply ignore them. Thanks.
Does that answer?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, okay. It is clear.
Okay.
Thanks. Just simply blind is ignore them.
Yes, that's it. Don't try and push them away. They're just floating around. There's thoughts floating around in the universe by the trillion. They're all over the place, you know, and we pick them up from time to time, all the time. But just don't take any notice of them, really.
Okay.
In this particular exercise, just let them float around. No trying allowed.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Judy.